When will I ever load? First of all, before I even do the intro to this video, I just want to insert and talk about for a second how the last episode of that comic show did not upload for last week. I actually recorded that comic show episode 10.1 on Wednesday and uploaded it, or had it prepared to upload on Wednesday. I had multiple videos that were uploading that day. I had uploaded three videos altogether. The second one was uploaded with the third one being that comic show. And it just never happened. 'Cause I don't know. It just didn't upload, I guess because I didn't check back. I keep making this mistake where I don't check in to make sure my videos are uploaded. So I gotta keep making sure that my videos actually upload, because this video now is 4 days late and it's night, so basically kind of like basically 5 days late. That comic show is number 10.1 is being released late. But if I was gonna because if you had the chance to watch that, you would know that all of these books from my Comic Haul number 9, all new Comic Haul number 9, were in my reading bag. So yeah, and anyway, guys, hello everybody, this is Sarge Epic here, and welcome to Ranked episode 9, where I'm gonna, if you don't know what ranked it is, where I go through my books for my latest haul or latest hauls if I'm behind, and rank them from my least favorite to my favorites. And today we'll be ranking the books, because this is ranked number 9. It will be from my all new comic call number 9, which was called Return to My Secondary Shop, because I'd returned to my secondary shop. And as you can see here, I got 8 books laid out in front of me, ready to rank. I haven't done an episode of Ranked in what feels like forever. And I will be doing an episode. Ranked number 8 has yet to come out, which was for my Christmas haul, because I haven't finished reading my Christmas books yet. So there will be a ranked special on that, where I don't really rank the books, but I talk about them quickly and say highlights, and just kind of maybe rank like a top 10 or something out of them, because I have 47 comics. So maybe I'll do like a top 10 ranked special for my Christmas haul, since it was so huge. So yeah, we'll see. Or maybe I'll just talk a bit about each of them, or I'll do a mix of both. But either way, I'm gonna get into this video now and show you guys the books I have to rank tonight. I have Avengers and X-Men Axis issue number 6, Hulk issue number 1 from Marvel Now, Wonder Woman Rebirth issue number 1, Avengers and X-Men Axis issue number 9, Avengers and X-Men Axis issue number 7, The Flash Rebirth issue number 1, Avengers and X-Men Axis issue number 8, and Scarlet Spiders issue number 3, which is the final issue of the miniseries. And I got the rest of Axis here with 6 to 9. And my least favorite of this week, part of the reason this is my least favorite is because my next one, my number 7, I couldn't stand to have it my least favorite, but also it kind of does deserve to be my least favorite, is Avengers and X-Men Axis issue number 6. This is, I'd say, by far the worst issue of these Axis issues, at least the ones in front of me right now. This was one of these slower built Axis issues. This one really felt like it was really trying to draw out the story more, and just it's not like it doesn't add to the story, because it does, but it just, I don't know. It's just not as good as you. I mean, the part with Tony and Daredevil was good, as Tony has inferred it now and stuff, but like, it's just, I don't know. And there are some good parts in here, but it's just like, this is kind of like, it's setting up for the next chapter, which is book 3. Yeah, I don't know. Book 2 of Axis, I don't know if it was better than book 1 or not, but book 3 was definitely the best part in my opinion, which is issue 7 to 9. But yeah, I don't know what else to really say. I've got 4 issues of Axis here. I kind of have a hard time separating what happened in each issue, so I'm just gonna kind of generally talk about Axis. But I'm just gonna move on now to my number 7, which is sadly gonna have to go to Wonder Woman Rebirth issue number 1. This I was not gonna allow this to be my least favorite, which is part of the reason Axis was also my least favorite. But there's also another book before I get into the rest of the Axis books. Um, I was I was kind of disappointed in this book. The art was pretty good, except for like there was a few like noses on faces and stuff that were drawn not the best. Um, the art was pretty good, better than the art in the Flash Rebirth, I'd say, at least in a way. But the Flash's art style has its own like awesomeness to it. Um, awesome art, I guess. The story, I don't know, the story felt really slow, and I will say this, the story got better with like each page, and the escalation, it got better like as it went. I mean, it started off pretty decent. The first few pages were really good, and then it kind of dipped down, and then it escalated. Because I will say it did start off pretty good. I was excited, but then it kind of dipped, and then it went right back up, and then at the end it was really cool because spoiler alert, we get to see it's Cheetah that Wonder Woman is trying to talk to at the end, and we also learned that she can't find Themyscira, her home. So really cool story setup, and I actually am excited to read more of this, but this was not the best opener for a series that I've read. And it just so happens that these books that are in front of me are actually really good. All of these books were quite good. So it just so happened that Wonder Woman just happened to take the low end, the short stick here. But yeah, I don't know. Still, it was still a really good issue, I guess. A little disappointing, like I said, but yeah, not the worst issue here, I guess, from my ranking here. And I'm gonna move on now to my number 6, which is Hulk issue number 1. Yes, at first I thought this was gonna rank higher, maybe even as high as 3, but once I started thinking about it, I had to place this lower on the list. Not because it was bad, because I actually enjoyed this more than I was expecting to, I guess. I don't know. I half enjoyed this more than I expected to, but part of me didn't enjoy this as much as I wanted to, because I really wanted to enjoy this. And on some aspects, I did, like with how the story was treated and how the Hulk was used was different than I was, in a way, expecting. Like, he wasn't really um, the main, like, aspect of all of the story. Like it was the mystery of everything that was like the main layer of the story. And I found it really cool how the Hulk dealt with the pain of everything of his gunshot, and the twist at the end was really cool. Spoiler alert for anyone who has not read this series or this issue, to where Bruce Banner has suffered irreversible brain damage and will never be as much of a genius as he was before. So yeah, I will be trying to hopefully continue and pick up the rest of this series at some point. I'm probably gonna try to upgrade this issue because there are little marks and little fins on this cover that are bugging me. I should have. I saw better copies at the secondary shop, and and at my regular shop, so that should be no problem. And hopefully, I can find the rest of the series because I know the series does get really good and a lot better from what people said. So yeah, and I do want to find out who shot Bruce Banner because that was actually a nice little story there. But anyway, I am gonna move on now with my number 5, which is Avengers and X-Men Axis issue number 7. And boy, this is where we get into the good stuff with Axis. I found these last 3 issues were really good. And actually, I will say the Axis issues got better with each issue. So you will be seeing them in order in the way they're ranked. I almost actually ranked number 8 over number 9, but it didn't quite happen. But number seven was great with we see Apocalypse slash Evan Kid Genesis ripping Deadpool's head clean off his body and stuff. And we got to see Spider-Man and Deadpool little team up. We got to see the villains becoming Avengers and really helping out everything. I mean, we saw that with issue 6 some, but like really seeing how things were going with this and how the inversions really like affected everyone on the island. And what else did we see? I don't know. I'm not okay. See, it's hard for me to separate these, so I'm just gonna move on to my number 4, which is Axis number 8, Avengers and X-Men Axis number 8. And I know in this one we saw the lead up to the end of the confrontation between Loki and Thor, and Loki leads Thor to the moon after talking to Enchantress. Where Thor has dropped Mjolnir, which was a really cool sub story. Which yeah, I felt like to really get the full story out of Axis, you really need to pick up the tie-ins. So I might try to pick up the tie-ins at some point. Like I might try to get Revolutions, that mini series, which is like 4 or 5 issues, and then like I still need to get the last 2 issues of both the Carnage and Hobgoblin series, which are getting close to the top priorities on my list of things to complete. And yeah, I don't know. But we got to see I forget if it's at the end of this issue or at the beginning of number 9. We see Deadpool try to talk to Apocalypse slash Evan to try to get Evan to come out instead of Apocalypse showing Evan, who's Kid Genesis, and stuff. We got to see Dr. Voodoo and Daniel Drum in a ghost form return, so that was cool. I think 8 is the issue where Carnage, spoiler alert, sacrifices himself. So awesome. It might, I don't know, unless it was 7, then maybe 7 deserves to be ranked higher than, I don't know. I thought it was 8. And then we get to see towards the end of the issue, Steve Rogers is trying to save Red Skull, who is now White Skull. Um, and yeah, and Red Skull kind of being good, so it was really cool. Some good stuff in this, and I really like the whole inversion story, overall. So yeah, cool. And then, of course, number 3 is gonna be Avengers and X-Men Axis issue number 9. Really good closure to this story. I mean, we don't really get much closure to the story, to be honest, but really good final issue of this series slash event. I really enjoy the ending where we have Sabretooth's dialogue and like letter he's writing to a dead Wolverine slash Logan, and where I love Sabretooth was one of the best parts of this issue. He kind of gets inverted. He kind of stays inverted, or he doesn't have the bloodlust anymore at the end of this, and he's now kind of trying to become a good man and stuff. And then like we had Deadpool like I was saying before, talking Evan slash Kid Genesis out of Apocalypse and talked Apocalypse into helping the Avengers. And we had everybody. Well, we had most people getting inverted back to the normal selves, including Loki and Thor, who who were just battling on the moon, and Loki actually became worthy and picked up Mjolnir, which was really cool. One of the best parts of this issue. We had some people staying, not reverting back to their old selves, like Havoc and Iron Man, who's still the superior Iron Man. About Scarlet Witch, who was on an evil rampage for issues 6 to 9, was inverted back, and she found out that her and Quicksilver are not related to Magneto, and she almost killed Quicksilver. Um, but yeah, and then the villains took credit to help the world go back to normal, for the whole inversion stuff. So yeah, really cool, really awesome story. And now I'm gonna move on to my number 2, which will reveal my number 1. So my number 1 would be the Flash or Scarlet Spiders, but my number 2 is, sorry for the cut, But as I was saying, Scarlet Spider's number 3, the last issue of this mini series for the Spider-Verse event. And spoiler alert, Ben Riley dies by the end of this issue, and we have a narrator kind of narrating defense going down, and we get to see how heroic Ben Riley really is. And just this cast of characters was awesome with Ben Riley, the original Scarlet Spider, and the main the actual in Spider-Man of his world, Kane, Scarlet Spider of the 1616 universe. And so yeah, and Peter Parker's clone brother, and then Ultimate Spider-Woman slash Ultimate Black Widow slash Ultimate Jessica Drew, of the Ultimate Universe, of course. Really cool characters. We got to see how this closes out, and they end up destroying the clone factory, while Ben Riley does by sacrificing himself. And yeah, and so the inheritors cannot keep cloning themselves, so they are down to the last life. So really cool. And now I'm going to move on to my number one and try to finish this video really quickly. And by the way, I have, if everything goes right tonight, I should also be recording yet another new comic call, which is some more old, some more secondhand books. So it'll be called All New Comic Call number 9.2. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Hopefully tonight, if not, hopefully tomorrow then. But the Flash Rebirth issue number 1 is my number 1. The art's different in it. I didn't really like it at first, but I actually started to really like it by the end of the issue. This was an action-packed and awesome issue. This was just like, this story just escalated, and like this story would just got into a pace, and that pace never stopped. The pace was like as fast as the Flashes. The pace was awesome. It was high action, high octane, really cool issue. Really cool story. With God, I don't even know what to say. I might be doing a recap and review on this issue, and I definitely, hopefully, as of right now, I'm planning to pick up more of this series. I enjoyed this. This is my favorite Rebirth title I've read so far. I enjoyed this more than I enjoyed Batman. I really enjoyed Batman issue number 1. Batman number 2 is not as great though, and Wonder Woman I didn't really enjoy. This is my favorite of the DC Rebirth series so far that I've read. Wow, this was really awesome. One of my first experience with Flash, besides those two classic issues I read before, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to pick up more of this. This is probably my top DC priority to pick up right now. Top DC book to pick up right now, because man, this first issue was awesome. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the video now before my phone overheats again, which is why I had to cut before. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment, even share if you would like to. Check out my Twitter, RJEpic Gaming, I was tweeting out earlier during the WWE UK Championship tournament. I was tweeting out some cool tweets. I'm doing that. I'm gonna try to do that more, because I'm gonna try to watch wrestling more. And if I watch wrestling, I'm gonna try to tweet out more, because I like doing that. Why not? So I do that, and like I was saying, I like tweeting about wrestling when I was watching it. Sorry for the second cut, but my phone's been overheating. So yeah, I like tweeting during wrestling and stuff. I try to link my videos to my Twitter, but I haven't been doing it lately. So yeah, but I might try to get back into that. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this video now before I have to do another cut. Anyway, guys, I'll see y'all later, and peace out. Great. Now I have to edit this all together, so that's fun. Woohoo! Anyway, guys, I'll see you all later, and peace to the out. Bye. Trying to get this little clip to 40 seconds, and peace.